bandages or has any outstanding injuries.
As long as you do it awkwardly.
He kind of looks at you up and down and says, "No, I'm fine. Thanks."
Do you have an old trachea wound or something? 'Cause you've been smoking a lot.
Listen, you've been in here a while just staring at my cat. I don't need anything from you. Please, leave me alone.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know how well your cat gets along with other creatures, but I've got Gizka in my quarters. If need some companionship, and could set up a play date if you want.
Oh, what?
Some time for them to play together.
Listen, sure, whatever. What do you think, Crick? You want a play date? It just kind of tilts its head at you and goes,
We could set it up out here if you think Crick would be more comfortable.
I think he'll be fine wherever. Crick, this guy seems like he's all right. You want to follow him? That's fine. Just stay out of trouble, okay? Andy, make your cat make noise.
Oh, she just left.
Ah, dang it.
She's showing her butt to Rachel's camera, though. Oh, it's turned off.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Make the cat make noise.
Yeah. Really, you just have to, poke her.
Mission accomplished.
I
get everything I wanted out of this session.
That's pretty gross, Aiden.
Yeah, if I shoot with second gun. Pew, pew, pew.
Holy crap, that is gross.
And I just have to spend 2 advantages to get the damage from the second gun.
That's right.
It's going to be fine. Everything's great.
So you're going to run in, you're going to shoot once, you're going to get shot, and then you're going to drag yourself out of combat.
Yes, with 2 critical injuries. But I'm on a talent tree, because apparently there's skills in this game, didn't know, that I can add 1 defense to range damage.
So...
That's one of your talents?
Yeah, it's under something.
Sounds made up.
It kind of is. I mean, it sounded good, though.
I don't know if I will.
It's under Force Sensitive Exile. It is 1, 2. It's the 6th sense. Gain 1 to range damage.
Something for you.
So,
I only need 100 more points.
So it's a talent or it's a part of your force power?
It's a passive.
It's a passive talent. Okay.
I think it's passive. It's passive. It's passive. I took a whole bunch of passive talents right now, Dane.
Is it? Which one was it?
The one I was talking about is the 6th sense. So the bottom on the left.
Bottom left.
You see dead people?
I totally do.
Force talent.
Costs 25 XP.
H3 would approach Escher with a gun in hand.
Shoot him.
Very
pointed at him.
This gun looks like as big as his finger and thumb put together.
Man.
I've been told I should be less trusting.
Who said that?
Cena, for one.
Oh, that sounds like something she would say. I don't believe it. I made you this. Well, I changed it. He holds out a gun towards you.
Oh. It would be rude for me to turn this down, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Thank you.
It's okay if you don't want it. I just didn't think you had a blaster. And Ramen gets into lots of trouble, so you may need this. It's easily hideable and easily drawn. Just in case. It's not very good, at any substantial distance, though.
Liam, I made a base.
Oh,
Go to
great. I'll keep that in mind.
Pleasant Park and
If
then
I ever have
follow
to
one
shoot
road to the
someone.
gas station.
I hope you don't.
Not into sand.
It does have a sun setting.
This is gonna be our base. Ever heard of the base?
That's good.
Abe, you made it that far down the.
Okay, but still, this is
Talent
our
tree?
escape base.
Yeah.
So you have convincing demeanor. I see there. Did you
So I put it in party sheet.
put that in there?
I have the uncanny senses, convincing demeanor.
Your sense danger?
No. I need those 3.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you don't
sorry,
have six
sorry.
sense yet.
No.
That's the one you
Yeah.
got.
That is because
I was
apparently
like,
talent trees are helpful.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say, wow, you went all out. On
I'm
that
trying.
tree.
No, I got convincing demeanor, uncanny
Okay.
reaction.
Okay, I just want to make sure you had the talents that
And
you got on your sheet.
I don't know if you were here for that. I got skilled jockey. No,
Nice.
full throttle. So I can pilot things.
From the pilot thing.
I tried it once and failed horribly. So.
Seth, so notably, that pistol has a filed front sight, which means you innately have the quick draw talent, which means it's an incidental to draw instead of a maneuver to draw. So you can draw it real quick if you need to. You can't shoot it past short. It's real hard to shoot it past short. Everything's increased past short range because it doesn't have a sight. And I think it's easier to conceal was the modifier I gave to it.
Mm.
Right.
Yep. -1 to
To be
difficulty.
skullduggery to conceal? Is that the role?
I believe it is a
Or-
skullduggery roll. It's either skullduggery or deception. I would take either.
I have both. They're exactly the same.
Yeah, either one.
Oh.
Uh,
Hopefully you don't need it. It's not much
So
damage.
if I want to, so how do I? Because I haven't actually shot anything. So if I roll like a light, ranged light, how do I indicate that I'm using that weapon?
It should.
So it should be in your inventory, and under your inventory, there'll be a little icon next to it that looks like a bag.
Mm-hmm.
You want to change that over from carried to equipped.
Oh,
Oops,
dude,
sorry,
I
just
see
did it
him.
for you. There you go. The T-shirt.
They're in the
Switch it to T-shirt, and
Gotcha.
then
Carried
on it
equipped.
would show up in your combat tab. And
Okay.
to use that blaster, you would simply double-click the little die symbol to the right,
Oh, dude, they
which
got
would
snake.
put it in the dice pool, and then you would add your difficulty and roll,
Gotcha.
and then it should
Okay.
calculate your damage
Cool.
and everything for you.
I
Now, some
will
of
try
the
not
I
to.
think we should do it at the drive-in because I'm
some of
already
the attachments, like the increased difficulty
Oh, dude, they're
for
already shooting at me. I
targets
gotta
beyond
use
short
my
range, I'm gonna need your help remembering
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Anybody?
Sure.
I don't plan on shooting a lot.
Machine
Yeah.
gun.
You can draw it really fast if you need to.
Dude, machine guns are really
Uh,
You don't have to
the
use
last
Sure
thing.
doesn't plan on shooting.
Yeah, that's fair. I figured. That's why I gave you this easily concealed one.
Yeah.
I think the holdout pistol
You're
itself has a
literally
bonus
trying
of
to
being
hide my car
concealed
at this
anyway.
point.
Maybe.
I will try not to forget it on my bed before we go anywhere.
It's okay if you do. I have no sentimental attachment to this, so don't do anything on my account.
Is there anything you do have sentimental attachment to?
Yes. H3 walks away. I will carry a sight over to Cena. I have this for your rifle.
What is it?
I didn't think you would let me tinker with your rifle much.
Yeah, that's right.
I would very much like to strip it down to its parts to see how it's made.
Yeah, that's why you're not getting it.
Okay. Here's a rifle sight. I can add it to your weapon, although you probably know how to.
She looks it over. Can she tell what it is?
It is a built-in blaster sight. It's a very common blaster sight.
Check your weapon, Rachel, because I think you might already have one.
Oh.
It has a built-in blaster sight
There you go. You already have one.
and a weapon sling.
So
Yeah, but did she tell H3 that?
would I see it? That there's already a site on it. It looks like you already have a site. So what that means is you remove a setback added by the called shot. Use of the aim
maneuver from range light and range heavy checks. Yeah.
Never mind. I can take that to who else uses blasters?
I use blasters. I wasn't paying attention.
Hey, yeah. Thanks, though.
It is my mistake. I should have been more noticeable.
No. No, shut up. No, thank you.
If you want, I could turn it into something more useful.
She like holds her blaster closer to her.
No, not your blaster. This attachment.
Oh, I mean, if you've got like time and parts and stuff, I mean, if
I
not,
have so much time and many parts.
Hey,
However,
I'm
we
not.
might want to get to the action here.
I'm not really worried about my gun so much, but my helmet, it's. I mean, it wasn't really made for me. It doesn't really fit very well.
I thought I already did that.
Did you already fix my helmet?
Yeah, and you gave me money for it.
That's right.
Yeah, you totally did.
Just kidding. That's right. My armor fits better now, so it is a more effective disguise.
I made you horn holes. Perfect horn holes. I think I rolled a triumph.
Okay, that's right.
And that's why you have like the scanner.
And the scanner's in my helmet. That's right. I knew I had the scanner. I didn't remember if I'd had like if it was better fitting and looked less awkward. Okay, never mind. Retcon.
Retcon. The only other thing I could do is shorten the barrel on your rifle if you wanted it to be more concealable, or give you a pistol grip if you prefer using light weapons. But I don't think you do.
Nah, I'm not worried about hiding it.
Okay.
Is a heavy blaster rifle, is it cumbersome?
I don't think it is.
Yes, but my brawn's high enough that it doesn't matter.
She got brawn for days.
Yeah.
She
I think
doesn't
if
care.
it has the cumbersome trait, you can't use the blaster.
The pistol grip
Yeah.
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So basically, the pistol grip could turn like a carbine into a one-handed weapon or a light blaster rifle. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that's pretty cool.
Well, shit. Who wants blaster sight?
What's blaster sight do?
Whenever you use the aim maneuver, I think it normally is 2 setback die to like aim at a specific part of their body, but I think this reduces one of those setbacks. So it removes a setback when you're aiming for a specific.
Shoot somebody in the crotch.
I
Would
mean,
help.
okay. I mean, I'll take it.
So shoot in the crotch.
I mean, at one point, Robin may actually not just randomly shoot. So, yeah,
This is good. Like if you're aiming for like a control panel or something.
yeah. See, okay. So, what was it called? A blaster sight?
Yeah, and I just pasted the effect of it. It's one hard point.
They killed you at the board.
Well, gosh, Abe, you got like all my attachments.
PBS blaster.
Robin's just spinning the gun in the cockpit.
Is that going in the GDS blaster too?
Hell yeah!
Yes, blaster, man.
I mean, you can always remove it, right? You can always change it up.
Sure. I mean, attachments are easy enough that anyone can do it. It's like as easy as putting a scope.
Robin could do it.
By the rules, anyone can do this easily.
Yes.
It's the modifying attachments that's the tough part.
Yep. All right. Any other stuff going on in the ship during this travel?
Yeah, I want to talk to that guy. Talk to that guy.
The Jado?
Yeah, distract him so I can do more play dates.
Yeah, after Escher kind of walks in, awkwardly talks about a play date with his cat. I just kind of walk past.
Escher walks out. He looks giddy and he says, "Okay, Tuesday then." 6 o'clock. All right.
That's right.
Yeah,
Don't
whatever,
forget.
man.
Hey,
Oh, great. What do you want?
Bob.
So
Bob,
nervous.
what was your name again?
Jado.
Bob. Okay. So something you said back there with the Baron. I don't know. Just rubbed me the wrong way. It was so you talked about feelings. I don't know what those are, but so I had this dream once where I had to help this lady in need, and then I did, and it helped out a lot. Does that happen a lot?
Listen, man, I don't need to know about your dream diary.
No, not like. I mean, I have those too. I mean,
God, if I knew you were all this weird, I never would have signed up for this ride.
no. So okay. So I had a dream. I was awake. It told me to go to the sewers and shake hands with this lady, and I did that, and then here we are. I got my ship back.
Wait. Are you talking? You had a vision?
No, I had like a dream where I like thought about it. I was awake though, so it was like a dream.
No way. Yeah. He kind of looks at you, and then he just while you're talking, he just goes. He holds up a finger and says, "No, shut up for a second.
And then I found her, and then we hid behind these
Shut up
things,
for a second."
and then this guy got shot. It was crazy.
And he is going to give me 1 second here.
What are you doing? I don't. Why? What are you? I'm trying
Shut
to
up.
talk to you about this.
Trying to concentrate.
The stream. The stream. Holy sh! A lot of advantages.
Second here. Now what are you crafting, Andy?
And we can armor for Escher.
Oh man, yes.
All right, let's see here.
I can't before you. I am fully encumbered. I cannot carry anything else.
How are you fully
But we
encumbered?
have a ship.
Do it.
You can just leave stuff behind.
Well, actually, armor is free to wear unless it's over 3 encumbrance, because the first 3 are free. So we might be good.
I have a threshold of 7.
Yep.
And I'm at 7.
So when you're actually wearing armor, you ignore the first 3 encumbrance. So as long as I make you armor that's less than 3 encumbrance, you should be good.
Okay. I'm trusting.
All right.
Wow, Escher's weak.
Nope. Jump stat.
Okay. Abe, you see him. He kind of he looks like he's just trying to be calm. His eyes are closed. He's just breathing very evenly. And then you see all of a sudden a look of frustration on his face, and he takes his arm and just smacks it against the hull of the ship. Goes, "Damn it!"
So,
And then he kind of he holds a hand up impatiently, and then a look of acknowledgement looks on his face. And he goes, "I don't fucking believe it."
I don't either. I mean, she was hot, but then she didn't want to go out with me. And then, but you know what? I have her link, so her comm link. I mean, if you wanted to talk to her, I'm sure we could. You may call her up. Probably.
How often do you have these visions?
I don't know. I haven't had one today. Wink. But you know, I had one about my ship. I had one about my old crew. Wish I would have had one about the whole fact they were gonna like throw me out of the cargo bay. But you know, whatever.
This isn't coincidental.
So it's no big deal. Everyone has these.
No,
That makes me feel better.
everyone doesn't have these, and the fact that you have them is a little bit disturbing. But you have a certain attunement to the Force.
That magical stuff that my parents talked about.
The Force is it's an essence. It connects everything in the galaxy. And certain beings are a little more sensitive to it, let's say.
Like, what is their
You apparently are one of those beings.
So what you're saying? I'm special.
How long have you been able to do this?
I mean, I don't know, a while now.
Since you were born, or has it just manifested recently?
So I've always been kind of a good gambler. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm kind of good at it. And sometimes I can just tell what people have in their hand.
Master Ulan always said, some people call it luck, but we know better.
Yeah, it's skill. I'm a good card player. Pretty good at dice too.
Skill. Anyway, be careful. The future can be murky, and the Force doesn't always give you a clear picture. What the fuck, Andy?
Oh my god!
Jesus. So, like when you add boosts, there's no limit to that. It's just as many boosts as you get advantages. Huh?
I don't know. Is there a limit to that?
I don't know. I mean, rules as written, it doesn't sound like there is.
I don't think so.
But Jesus. So, like, what is that? What is that for? What are you making?
Armor. Well, it's clothing, really.
Okay.
Really?
Clothing.
So, like, you're there. So, like, the advantages, I'm assuming, can help you add boons to the armor. Basically,
advantages is all I care about. Or triumph. Yeah.
Right. But like, can you stack as many? Like, for example, what are some things that you can do with the advantages? I guess I can look it up in the book myself.
It actually costs a lot to do stuff. So like, it's 4 advantages for +1 soak. Can only be selected once.
Right.
3 for an extra hard point.
Okay, so that was what I was going to ask. Is there like a limit to some of those things? And there is.
Yes, there is limits to all these things. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
fine.
Pretty much everything either says like can be taken once, can be taken twice.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's cool.
Yeah, but there is a hard limit on how good of a thing.
Yeah. And there's really because you've crafted this so many times. I mean, you're always good with this template. There's no chance of having any kind of negatives to it, huh?
Unless you spend points.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Spend that point. Spend it. Spend it.
It makes sense to me. No, I'm wrapping my head around it. It does make sense to me because if you learn a schematic and practice it enough, you would be really good at making something. That makes sense to me.
This is the reinforced clothing. The best one I can make is 2 soak, 1 range defense.
Yeah.
With 2 hard points.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Damn.
And you have to use parts and time every time you do it, so
Yep.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, so it's not super crazy. I mean, 2 hard points isn't too bad with 1.
No, it isn't. When there's like a limit. Like if you could add as many soak as you wanted,
oh no,
that would be different, But
it's always a match
on the actual item. Okay.
Yeah, so like the best armor I can make is 3 soak.
Yeah.
And that would cost 4,500 every time I made it.
I gotcha.
The best you could make right now.
Oh, that's like the best. I can't even make that right now because I don't know how to make it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, where were we?
Roll. Hey, by the way, we have a hover skiff. We would have gotten that. Just I don't know if that's in the ship, but it's totally in my inventory.
Fine. Hover skiff. Put it in the ship.
I stole it, I think, from Quinn Zuman.
And listen, there's something you need to know here. When you draw on the Force, there were ebbs and flows, 2 different sides, a light and a dark.
Dark, light.
My worry for you is that you're not really sure what it is you're doing. If you pull on the dark side of the Force too much, it can have some serious effects on you. Believe me, I know.
So darkness bad, light good. Is there like someone I should talk to, like to get better? Apparently, this is a thing. This is a thing I do. I mean, it just kind of happens, and it's not always the best of times. Like when I had that dream about that lady, it just happened in the middle of a gunfight. It just wasn't really convenient. Be nice if it didn't happen just randomly.
Well, to answer your question, no. There aren't
That's-
any Jedi left.
That's bullshit. See, so they weren't really good. Weren't really good people.
The Jedi Order was complicated at best.
Hmm.
They tended to get caught up in their own ideals to a point that led them down a path they didn't expect. None of us expected.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
just be careful. That's all I have to say.
Careful.
Dude, please, no more kids.
I mean,
Dude, my thing
all right, that sounds great. Well, I mean, you like the ship? It's pretty good ship.
He looks around and shrugs. Yeah, it's... Hey, listen. Thanks for the ride. I know you don't have any reason to trust me. And I know your friend
No, I
doesn't.
trust you.
Well, you're better than most people in this galaxy, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. If you could maybe tell Cena that next time you see her, that might be good. I don't think she likes me too much.
I don't think she wants to hear anything that I have to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I guess someone should probably fly this ship. So, well, it was good talking to you.
Yeah, well, if you need me, I'll be here. He turns around, Dave, and you see that in a small little pot, he has a what seems to be just like a small sapling, a small plant. And as you walk away, you kind of glance over your shoulder, and you see that he's just kind of hovering his hands over the plant, and it seems to be moving and even growing slightly as he's concentrating on the plant.
Hey, Bob, how
Jado.
Jado. How do you? What do you doing? A little hand dance with that plant?
Well, since you asked, the Force can be used for more things than just giving you visions in the future.
Oh, that would be convenient because these visions just kind of come and go.
It's a energy force, a power that anyone can tap into for multiple purposes. This is, he points to the plant. This is mainly my gift. Some of my other powers I've had to kind of learn myself, stumble through, but this I've always been able to do. And he caresses the leaf of the plant, and you can see that it just kind of gets greener and more vibrant.
Dude, did you see that shot?
I have a certain way of speaking to plants through the Force. It's probably why they sent me where they did.
Really trying here to keep up. Who sent you with the plant?
Of course you wouldn't know. They erased the Jedi Order. Made us seem like cultists, which to some extent they were. All right, sit down.
I mean, okay. I'm gonna pull out a bottle of Cerulean whiskey. That takes me down to 16.
Yeah, he tells you a story about an ancient order of peacekeepers called the Jedi Order, and how they were the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy. He talks about their mastery of the Force and how they used to work closely with the Republic. He then tells you that he was once a Jedi initiate at the Jedi Temple in Coruscant.
He was a youngling.
He was a youngling, and
Kill all the
for
younglings.
a long time he studied hard with the hopes of being a Padawan and someday a Jedi Knight, hoping to join the ranks of the Peacekeepers of the Galaxy. But his talent was overshadowed by the other initiates, and he basically washed out of the Jedi Order. He was sent to something called the Jedi Aggro Corps, which is a group of they don't call them failed initiates, but initiates who didn't make the Padawan trials. And he was sent to an Outer Rim world in order to help the farmers seed and care for their crops, to help kind of reinforce the civilization on these Outer Rim planets. He then tells you about the fall of the Jedi Order, how they were betrayed by the very republic that they served, and how they were hunted by the new empire. And he explains to you something that you've already kind of seen, propaganda stories mostly that you've heard about, Jedi being a cult of fanatic zealots that needed to be erased from the empire, that represented chaos. And he kind of finishes the story with a sad look on his face, and he says, I never had a lot of love for the Jedi. They took me from my home when I was very young, only to tell me that I wasn't good enough. Part of me is glad they're gone. But at the same time, the Empire was not a better solution to the problems in this galaxy. Anyway, I think that there is hope that some light could come to the galaxy again, but whether that's from a Jedi or not, I can't say, nor do I want to. This Baron that you've met says he has answers. People that can tell me, that can work with me to tell me what's happening with the Force, the balance of it. Well, that seems to be the only information I have, and that's what I'm going to follow for now. Hey, are you awake?
What? Well, hey, to your health and being the best. The
Listen,
best
you know what? Get the hell out of here.
we can be. I'm gonna go fly this ship now. It was really good talking to you.
Did you really just drink that whole thing?
I get stumbling out, leaving an empty bottle.
What did I get myself into?
I'm gonna bang on the door for H3.
Okay.
Hey H3. Hey H3.
H3 opens the door and is holding a black jumpsuit.
It's not my color. More of a blue.
This
Hey.
isn't for you.
Oh.
Why do you think everything is for you?
I mean, it's nice to get gifts. I mean, I didn't need any. Hey man, I love you. I just wanted to tell you that, okay? We're friends. You and me. We're things.
I don't know what love is.
I want you to show me. Well, I think you should fix the hero, cause you're my hero. I'm gonna take a nap now, okay? And then I'm just gonna walk back to my dorm, and I'm not gonna go back to the pilot ship.
I fireman's carry Robin back to her club.
Yep.
Yeah, what I thought was the bank was just halfway through the hallway. I've just
Nope,
curled
nope.
up into a ball.
You think you're walking down the hallway, but actually you're over my shoulder.
HC
Every now
puts
and
you in the
again.
bunk and tucks you in, gives you your stuffy.
I don't tuck him in.
I do have a stuffed animal. How dare you think I
I
don't?
don't give you that either. Control yourself.
I
man.
want it. Just give it to me.
So,
Take a
so
nap.
those places where there was only one footprint, those were the places H3 carried you.
That's right.
I will take the black jumpsuit to Escher.
Okay.
He is currently watching a Gizka and a
Lothcat.
Lothcat stare at each other in confusion.
We are the best crew ever.
Opens the door and immediately is distracted. What's happening?
Not sure, but I think they're becoming friends.
Escher, can you roll me a survival check? Make it a difficulty 3 and upgrade it 2 times.
What is the? How do I upgrade?
Just 2 reds and a purple.
So that 2 reds. Okay.
But he doesn't know that I'm not.
Actually, no, don't worry about that. So the Lothcat stares at the Gizka for a little bit, and then with a lightning quick reflex, just bites it.
Oh, okay.
It starts to kind of walk around the room with the Gizka in its mouth, jumping
Yeah,
from bed
yeah.
to bed. Occasionally, it sets it down and kind of bats it from left to right, and the Gizka starts croaking in alarm.
I will, or Escher will watch that for just like a little too long before he intervenes.
H3 just like looks between the animals to Escher, and the animals then back to Escher.
Okay,
Before
so
he will go and then try to separate them.
yeah, roll your survival. Make it a normal, just a 2 difficulty. Okay. All right. So you kind of go, hey, and the Lothcat kind of jumps back and looks at you and kind of rolls upside down on its belly. And the Gizka starts to get up and is still making alarmed croaking sounds. And once you think the situation's kind of diffused, the Lothcat quickly jumps up on its feet and just whacks the Gizka across the face with its paw, and then it runs out of the room.
Perfect. Oh, hi, HC. Hey, do you think you could make a toy for a Lothcat? This one seems like it needs something to play with.
I could make it Gizka shaped.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Okay. I'll try. I made
Escher
you
seems very
clothes.
excited about this idea. Oh. He'll look them over. These seem nice, very durable.
They're heavily reinforced and also should modulate their coloration to conceal you in your surroundings.
Oh, that would be very helpful.
I try to
I
be
would be less likely to have to use the blaster. mean, not that I don't appreciate the blaster. But...
I don't want you to use the blaster.
Oh, good.
I'm not even sure if you're good at it.
I'm probably not.
You're probably not.
Well, thank you. Is there? I mean, not to not to be unappreciative, but they're kind of nondescript, and lots of other things you do have like your own stamp on them. You think you could add something like that to these?
You mean a name?
Sure, or something. A design or symbol.
Well, he turns it over to the other side, and you see that on the ass there's a flap, and he says, "For convenience, this way you don't have to take it off when you need to use the what's it called, Dane? Refresher.
Yeah.
Bodily functions are important for organics.
The space toilet.
That's true. Oh, okay.
I embroidered
Nice.
this one with your name.
Perfect.
That way everyone will know whose it is.
That's good. I might have to cover it up if I'm going incognito.
It's actually
Don't worry about that.
embroidered ESS on the back, which people may think is like misembroidered from ASS, but it stands for Esser Stealth Suit. And there are two little like round black buttons to hold up.
Perfect. I have a onesie.
All right.
All right.
Why can I bring in?
All
All
right.
right.
That's all I got.
That's all you got? Why? Oh, I can never remember. What am I doing wrong here that I can't find my image that I just imported?
You have to like import it.
Are you looking under assets?
I am looking under
Images?
images.
Don't look under images. You got to look under assets.
Assets.
Or under images, you need to click the create
Like-
images from assets button,
Okay.
because the assets don't actually count
So-
until you do that.
Okay.
Under combat, there's 2 places for defense. Does it matter?
You get plus one.
When I put
I actually spend points for melee and ranged for you.
Okay. So it's 2 to both?
Just one to both.
Oh, 1 to both. Okay. Oh, it's Soko 2. Did I reverse that?
Soak is I might have screwed it up. Yeah, so it should be 2 soak and one melee and range defense.
Oh, no, I messed up. Cool.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
You said our strain is gone?
Drain is gone. Yep.
Sweet. For the first time since we started this campaign, I am healed and have nothing.
Sometime during the trip,
A shooter.
when Ra is sober,
Yes.
Cena's gonna walk up to him.
It's gonna be
All
few
right.
and far
Happened.
between.
At least like not drunk off his ass.
Nice.
Coherent. Hey, we need to paint the ship.
Hell yeah, we do. Can we do that in space?
It's not safe.
I don't know. Can we do that in space? Hey, H3. Can we paint the ship in space?
We have a communicator. You don't have to shout.
Not while we were in hyperdrive.
Right. But I mean, okay.
Theoretically, yes.
But I guess when we come out of hyperdrive, we'll be, well, should we come out of hyperdrive, paint the ship, then go where we're going?
Um,
Do we have
I'm-
paint?
I'm like a good pilot. Is there any places that I would know that just would be like not well traveled that I could just park a ship?
Pull over.
I mean, yes,
Take a random exit.
but if you would take time to paint your ship from your travel, you would most likely miss your rendezvous with the contact.
As much as I love flair, we have kind of a timetable. I'm not used to doing that.
A deadline for our meet. Okay.
But we kind of have to be there at a certain time.
Right.
Some people call it a deadline.
Right, that's fine. So we meet with this person, see if we want to deal with them, but then we paint the ship, and maybe rather than flare, we should think subtle.
Flames. Subtle. Yeah.
Yep, fly under the radar.
Flaming skull dice.
Not draw attention to us because there are multiple bounties out on the people on board.
I think
and the ship itself.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Playing it a little safe.
So claws on the front.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I'll talk to H3.
I don't have any paint.
With flames. Okay, I see where you're going. I'm excited about this.
No, you don't.
I think I do. I'm really impressed with your creativity here. I just would hate if it was just all black. That would just be horrible.
It's nondescript.
Yeah.
Easy to forget.
Yeah. I hate those ships.
Not draw attention to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a real damn fucking shame to not draw attention
to ourselves. The Hesperus just sounds like it should be red.
I'll be in my bunk.
With
she goes back to her shuttle.
All right. Go ahead.
I wanted to show Jado the holocron again.
Okay.
Approach Jado with the holocron and knock on his door.
Okay.
Hey.
Yes.
Why is he so shitty? We're doing him a favor.
I love this guy. He's my favorite.
Sure.
And he looks at you. He goes, "Oh, the droid.
Is this a bad time?
No.
I could have come 10 days ago."
That's okay. Come in. He lets you in, and H3, you also see the plant. It's in a little floating pot, and it seems to be sprouting some fruit from it. And he kind of pushes the hover pot over to the corner of the room, very gingerly, and he turns around and says, "So, you want to know about that thing, huh?"
Well, I was actually just wondering, did you want to look at it more while we're still on the ship? I should have given it to you days ago, but to be honest, I forgot about it. We still have 5 days left if you wanted to look at it.
I have to admit I'm curious, but I don't know if I have what it takes to open it. I suppose I could try.
I don't know if you have what it takes either. He's still holding it out.
I was able to get it out of you.
Yes?
Sorry about that. By the way. Sure. Set it on the ground there. I'll see what I can figure it out.
I don't feel pain, if that's what you're worried about. H3 puts the holocron on the ground.
He looks at you with kind of a curious expression on his face and says, "I wasn't worried."
Oh, understood. Why are you sorry?
Well, you know what? Never mind. Let's see if we can figure this thing out, huh?
Okay.
He stares at the holocron for a good while, and then he kind of sits down on the ground, crisscross applesauce. I don't know what to describe it.
That's exactly.
With his legs crossed.
Let me sit down, crisscross applesauce. Yeah.
The way Master Yoda intended.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is how the masters taught us back in the temple. clear your mind, and sit crisscross applesauce. Oh damn!
It's pretty good.
So, as you stand there in your stone statue kind of way, H3, you see that Jado has he has this calm about him, and he even begins to kind of hover off the floor a little bit. There's a little bit of a glow within him, and it's very odd to see as somebody that's observing, especially for a droid. This is not something that you've experienced with organics before. But as he does this, the holocron lifts into the air. And give me 1 second here. Didn't think we'd get to this part either. All right. So he concentrates upon the holocron. About 30 minutes pass as he just kind of studies this thing, or he concentrates with his eyes closed. And the cube is just kind of floating in air. Nothing has really happened to it in this 30 minutes that he's been meditating here. But just as you think maybe nothing is going to happen, the corners of the cube separate and leave 4 floating pyramids surrounding a pentagonal prism. Or sorry, a rhomboidal prism. A prism.
Nailed it.
A light shines from the cube, and you see. And I'm just going to share this in Discord because it's going to be easier. I'm trying to get it into whatchamacallit. It done looks like this.
A cat with a shaking butt?
Yes. It's everything you expected and more. It looks like this as it unlocks, and it begins to kind of spin and shed a light, and almost similar to a droid's projector component, it shoots a light from it that projects an image of a Bothan in robes, and I will put that in there too. He looks
That's
like this,
a cat person, right?
like dog people ish, cat dog.
Many
things.
Bothans
He looks
died
like
given
this.
his holocron.
Yes, but he looks like this. And before your very eyes, the image begins to speak. I'll allow anybody to roll their perception.
Hell yeah!
Difficulty of 2.
Perception. I get to add a boost to all perception checks.
Difficulty 2, you say?
Yep. Shut up, Baby Yoda.
Hey, Baby Yoda, how you doing?
Nice. 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 Okay. So, Cena, you hear this kind of coming from Jado's room as you're walking by, just checking out the weapon systems on the ship. Ra, you're also doing kind of an upkeep sweep around when you hear the word Jedi come from Jado's room.
You guys talking
And
about
it rings a
Jedi?
bell for you. Yeah. And then Escher, you do not hear the projector coming, but kind of coming out of your room, you see that the Lothcat runs from Jado's room and looks startled and runs around the corner. And you think it might be a good time to go get some more one-on-one time with this.
Perfect.
So
to see what it.
Yep. So Cena and Ra, what would you like to do?
I mean, Ra will totally just walk in there.
Okay.
He wants to know more about this magical stuff.
You walk in to see H3 kind of standing stock still. You see the Jado kind of hovering in the air, crisscross applesauce. And you see the same projection of the Bothan Jedi coming from the holocron, which is also in the air. Sina?
Yeah. Cena walks in too. She tells herself it's to make sure that he's not fucking with H3 anymore, but
Cool.
she's also
Yep.
just curious.
Okay. So you guys see this Bothan, and as he appears, he starts to speak, seemingly to you all who are watching. This is Rennick Var, Knight of the Jedi Order. The clones have betrayed us. They have laid siege to the Jedi Temple. They killed Rika before my eyes. I managed to escape the squad of clones who murdered my Padawan. However, they are too many and we are too few. Many of the Order are deployed across the galaxy fighting this ill-conceived war. I fear what this betrayal means for them. You hear blaster fire in the background. He looks behind himself. I haven't much time. Though the Order may be defeated and scattered, the Force will see us through. To any of our kind who may stumble across this holocron that I have stored in this training droid, use its knowledge to further the cause of the Jedi. He pauses and closes his eyes. There is no emotion. There is peace. There is no ignorance. There is knowledge. There is no passion. There is serenity. There is no chaos. You hear more blaster fire behind him. There is harmony. There is no death. You can see an explosion kind of bloom behind the holographic projection of this Bothan, and you hear more blaster fire. There is harmony. There is no death. There is the Force. The recording ends abruptly. There's a brief pause as the holocron continues to kind of float in the air. Jado still seems to be concentrating intently. Again, you feel like that might have just been the end of the message and there's nothing more to see when the image of the Bothan Jedi returns. But this time he's joined by a young human female sporting a long braid. This time he looks a little less stressed or concerned, and he looks to all of you and says, "Greeting, Padawans. I am Rennick Var. Today we are studying Form 3 of the lightsaber combat forms. Form 3 is also known as Suresu, the resilience form. Its defensive techniques ensure that a Jedi may defend peace and justice with when diplomacy has failed. Suresu is a form that requires as much from your mind as it does from your body. You will need to focus your connection to the Force if you are to master this form. I have brought my Padawan Rika Amida to assist me with the training today, and Master Jocasta Nu has agreed to record it for our archives. Let us begin with the basic stances. Rika? From then on, it seems to be basically a training video for a combat form. It seems like it goes on for a long time. After a while, Jado kind of loses his concentration, and the holocron just kind of shuts off, though it didn't seem like the message was finished, or the training was finished. The holocron turns back to the cube shape before it gently floats to the ground. And Jado gets up, kind of sweating on his brow, and says, "Well, there we have it, I guess."
That was very impressive. And now you know how to use a lightsaber.
What the hell's a lightsaber?
Lightsaber is the weapon of the Jedi. Even if you could find one these days, you wouldn't want to be in possession of one. It's basically a stamp on you saying, "Hey, come find me." The Empire's trying to find any information they can about the Jedi. But wow, to find a Jedi training holocron. I never would have expected this. Anyways, it's no use to me. Lightsaber training was never my specialty. one of the reasons I got kicked out of the order. He looks to have like a resentful face on his face. He picks up the hologron and hands it back to UH3 and says, "Looks like your background's a little more interesting than we thought. A training droid in the Jedi Temple."
Training for what?
From the sounds of this hologron, sounds like lightsaber training.
Oh,
They'd often use droids to help us initiates and Padawans perfect our forms. They usually had training sabers, low energy weapons to train on. Laser swords. If you believe all the old myths.
and droids use them?
Well, they didn't really use lightsabers per se, more of lightsaber attachments. Though it doesn't look like you have yours anymore. He looks at your 3PO arm.
Yeah. I lost my arm.
I see. So you used to have one, huh?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, that's interesting. You remember anything about your past functions?
Nope.
Well,
I remember being awoken by the pig-faced short people. I have spoken.
Nugnot.
Yes, an Ugnaught.
Huh.
He
Well,
was kind.
interesting. Well, maybe he knows a little more about who you are and why you are.
He may. I fear he is dead.
Well, the Force has been this fickle so far. Maybe there's a chance he's not.
Yes.
Anyway, you better hold on to that for now.
Thank you for looking. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a rest here.
You have some red on your nose.
He wipes away he wipes away a little bit of blood. Yeah, it's I haven't done that in a long time.
You haven't bled in a long time? I bleed all the time. I was
Yeah, it
bleeding
looks
this
like
morning.
It looks like it. Say, when we get to this place that you guys are going, are you gonna be okay with me staying on the ship? I really am trying to keep a low profile.
Yeah, man. What do we have to worry about?
Well, I would tell you nothing, but I don't think she'd believe it. He nods to Cena.
You can help me paint.
Oh yeah, we're gonna paint with flames and red. It's just gonna be great.
We're not
Good night.
doing that.
Listen,
Low profile. Low profiles all around.
Low profile
Yeah.
landing gear so it lands closer to the ground. I see what you're saying.
It's better if I don't show my face at all. I was dumb to do what I did at the Junkfort station, but I don't regret it after seeing what we saw just now. I'll stay in my room. Hell, you can lock me in if it makes you feel better.
It would, actually.
He nods.
Do you want to look at this more? I can leave it with you.
I think I've got all that I can get out of it, but it may be of value to some other Force user. He gives you kind of a knowing glance, Ra.
Well, if only I knew another one of those. H3 walks away.
But I. Okay. It's good talking.
He pulls his plant back out and
You
starts
plants.
pruning some of the shoots off of it.
Oh, shoots.
Shoots.
Oh shit!
All right, so you guys have spent about a week and a couple days in space.
1 week later.
And you guys, unless there's anything else you'd like to do, you arrive at the Bespin system. When the Baron gave you this mission, he told you that you were to travel to the floating home. Can I have you guys roll me a outer rim knowledge check?
Hell
Oh,
yes.
shoot, I actually have that.
And Escher, you can add a boost to your roll due to your knowledge of xenology.
Sweet.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be... I'm going to make it a 3. That's too much, Abe. Too much.
Just was gonna
Be a
go
hard-
until you told
hard
me
on.
not to.
All right.
I don't know shit about anything.
All right.
You said it was the floating whatever?
Floating home. All right, so let's see here. Starting with Athena, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Ra, no.
Hurt
And
myself.
he has 3 threats.
He's drunk.
How
I'm
many
going to say
bottles
that's
did I go
a
through?
hangover. That's a hangover,
Wait,
and
All
you're
right,
going
I'll
to get
just.
3 strain.
His
Oh,
blaster
damn
is out of ammo now, right?
You try to think if you've ever heard floating home, but thinking gives you a really bad headache because you're hungover. H3, yeah, you do know about the floating home and that it's better known as Cloud City.
We're about
And
to
it's
trade.
Oh
It's-
no, Lando.
and it's known for its export of a gas called Tabana gas, which has used for blaster chambers, as well as in greater quantities, it can be used for engine fuel and power for ship systems. And you know that Cloud City is one of the most well-known places for that kind of trade. And to your knowledge, it's all legitimate trade.
Okay.
And the reason you know that is because when you and Deck repaired starships on Coruscant, you often used Tabana gas, and Deck would tell you where it came from. Escher, you don't know, the floating home doesn't ring any bells. You do know that Bespin contains a creature that you are very much interested in, which were those floating guys. I forget what they're called.
Yep.
I will allow you to use a triumph for you tell me. You got a triumph there. So you know something about Bespin, the actual system that can be very advantageous to you, but nothing specifically about Cloud City.
Sure. If I know some way, what's the best way to approach it unnoticed?
Okay. Yeah. I will say that you have. I will give you an upgrade to your survival skill. Or sorry, approaching the system unnoticed.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
So I can share that with.
Yep.
Ramen.
Yep.
So
I
I
will
traveled
give.
with these guys before, and they were totally not smugglers. They did something else that was shit, but they used to come in this way.
Yeah. So he tells you about a route that is kind of perpendicular to the main entry point to the Bespin system. A route that would probably not be monitored by security forces or Imperials. So
I immediately start to go that way.
okay. So you calculate the dropping point. H3, did you want to share any of your knowledge, or are you good?
Yes. The floating home is another name for Cloud City. It is known for export of gases, mostly used for blaster chambers, or alternatively, engine fuel for vehicles.
So, good place to get some stuff. Is that what you're telling me?
It is a
Say you also know with 2 successes, H3, you also know that it's kind of recently been turned around to also be a tourist attraction.
It is a fairly bustling city with high trade and tourism. Is this where we are meeting our contact?
Yes? I legitimately don't remember as a person, not as a character. Though Ramen probably wouldn't remember any of this.
He told you that you would be traveling to the Bespin system. You would be traveling to the floating home station, and that you would be meeting with a contact upon arrival. However, he did not tell you where you would be arriving or where to find the contact.
Is the floating home like an antiquated term, or is that a pretty common term?
It's an antiquated term. Not a lot of people call it the floating home anymore.
Okay. Just get a little insight into the
They've had a
pairing.
rebranding.
They've had a rebranding. Yep. A certain sexy kind of rebranding.
The term
From a
floating,
very charismatic
the term
Baron administrator.
is an old one. It's surprising that the Baron would use it. Perhaps they haven't been to this system in quite some time.
All I know is that we're supposed to land, and our contact's gonna, and it's all gonna work out.
Maybe he'll recognize the ship.
Maybe. So you guys drop out of hyperspace in the Bespin system, in the area that Escher kind of detailed to you, and there are absolutely no other ships in the area that you drop out of. But visually on your scanners, long-range scanners, you can see that the nearby jump nav buoy does have several security forces around it, though they don't seem to be Imperial. But by jumping to the spot, you seem to have avoided those particular security
Hells yeah!
people. You approach the planet and drop into atmosphere, heading toward the largest point of interest that shows up on your scanners, which is identified as the Cloud City. Baron Administrator Lando Calrissian. Lando system. As you come in, 2 strange vehicles sort of flank the Hesperus on each side, and you see a hailing frequency blinking on your panel, Raw.
Well, shit. And then I hit the button.
Okay. It says, Freighter Hesperus, please transmit your boss data information.
Oh, yeah. Coming right at you.
Okay.
I can't remember. So it's owned by Ender Lawman. Does it say that the pilot is me?
It says that the pilot is Ender Lawman, the current captain.
Gotcha. And I'm gonna send it over.
Okay.
Beep, boop, beep, beep, boop.
You send the boss data over, and there's a long pause. And you get another hailing frequency.
Yep.
Captain Lawman, you're clear to land. Please guide your ship to docking pad 54 next to Port Town.
Of course. Ender Lawman is mighty obliged. And then I'm gonna kick off the thing and be like, fucking morons. And then I'm gonna do that.
Turn off the radio first.
I flicked it off.
2 vehicles which look like little orange kind of twin pod cloud cars. You guys know what they look like.
I don't know. I feel like you need to explain it more.
I will. I'll give you a picture.
Good.
They peel off from you as you head toward Cloud City. When
You know, that's probably the easiest landing we've ever had.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go by my alter ego from now on.
Yeah, if you can remember it.
I had to put it in my chat so I would remember. It's probably gonna be fine.
It'll be fine.
So they peel off from you, and you approach Cloud City, which is a large, just floating station, I guess is how you would describe it, with a long protuberance at the bottom, and it seems to be just hovering in the clouds of the gaseous planet of Bespin. As you approach, you see docking pad 54. It seems to be on the lower end of the Cloud City. Let me just open Cloud City here. Share. Have you seen that?
It's loading.
Yeah,
I got a red question mark.
it's loading.
Loading.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Art museum.
So,
Oh, let's go there.
Museum.
Let's
That's
go to
nice.
our museum.
Where's the part where I hang down for my legs?
It's over here.
So you land near a docking pad on around number 11 there. Yep, right there. And as you land, there seems to be several maintenance droids already ready to hook you up with fuel as well as any other needs that your ship has. So you guys land on the platform.
Cool.
Must think we're like traders or something.
I'm gonna take 2,000 of those credits out and put them in my personal stash.
Okay.
I
Here we
think
go.
at least 2,000 of that was mine, so I'm gonna take 2.
Mark it.
Because what if there's somewhere to gamble or do something else, or maybe pay for the ship? I can do that too.
Hey, you think you should wear your fishbowl?
No, I don't think. I mean,
The
I'm
weird.
Ender Lawman.
All right, listen. Maybe we stick to that, and you don't go announcing who you are and what you're doing here, like you like to do
Ender
sometimes.
Lawman wouldn't do that, would
I'm
he?
hoping that now that you've got your ship back, you stop announcing everything about yourself wherever we are. But we'll see.
Ender Lawman doesn't do that. I'm trying to remember my name.
Is it Ender Lawman?
It's Ender Lawman.
Should I say my name?
Fastest thinker in the thinkest.
No, it's most people don't go around saying their names like that. It draws attention in a weird way.
I've heard otherwise. I think you should try it. Be like, I'm Cena, and I'll cut you. Right? No?
No.
Well, Ender Lawman does it.
Cuts
Ender Lawman's gonna leave.
All right.
I'm gonna pack both of my guns.
Yeah. Anybody else doing any kind of prep before they leave the ship?
Cena's wearing her helmet.
Cool.
And her head is on a fucking swivel. She is nervous as fuck.
I pack my engine turbine on my back for my repulsor rifle. It's not restricted unless they decide it's restricted here. They might not like weapons. I don't know.
What's the difficulty, or do I just roll my skullduggery to hide my blaster?
Yeah. So I think that is a concealment check. Hold on a second. Let me just look at the skills real quick. General skills. I think it's a deception. Yeah, so I'm going to say that I don't know if there should be like a base difficulty here.
It's all about that
I
base.
just
About that
I don't want to
base.
make it too hard. Take a look. Okay, so the quality of the item should determine the degree of the difficulty. So do you know that offhand, Andy?
Looking at you.
Quality?
Quality.
I don't know.
Difficulty it would have been to craft it, I guess.
So that would have been a 3
Hold
difficulty.
out blaster. 3 difficulty. Okay, so your base difficulty is 3.
But you get to
And I
upgrade.
think you get to upgrade, or is it reduce the difficulty by 1? I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
You're
I made it anyway. So
okay. You're cool.
And
3 threat, huh?
the holdout blaster itself adds a setback to all perception checks to locate this item.
Mm.
Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah, it's stashed away. Yep. Cool. Okay. You guys all good?
I exit the ship and look for a contact.
Yeah.
Okay. As you exit the ship, you're approached by a protocol droid that shuffles up, and it says, "Hello, I am CT-40. Welcome to Cloud City."
Are you the Baron?
I don't think the Hi.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hi.
He just looks at you. Okay, he looks back to Ra and goes, "Yes, yes.
and
You must
everyone.
be Captain Laman."
Yes. How much to refuel and stay here and possibly do a little bit of work on this ship here?
Give me 1 second.
I mean, you're a protocol droid, right? You can just snap
He
those
says
figures.
he looks at you for a second and just kind of blinks his visual receptors and says, "Captain Laman, your stay in this docking bay has already been paid for."
Oh shit! I mean, of course it has. I knew that. Lawman doesn't forget anything. So say who paid for it? I mean, I know this, but I'm curious.
He looks at you and says, "A Master Arden Shen has paid for all of your refueling and maintenance."
Artist Shed, got it.
Arden Shen. ARDEN.
Artist
SHEN.
Shed.
No, that's not correct at all. It's Arden Shen.
Arden Shen. Got it. Okay. All of our repairs.
why did you ask if you weren't going to remember anyway?
I mean, this artist Shed guy
Your
sounds
friend
pretty nice.
has a valid question.
So refueling and repairs, modifications. What all did they pay for?
Basic upkeep for docking. Is
Like
there
paint?
anything else you need?
Like paint? They pay for paint?
No, just the basic maintenance.
Who can I talk to about paint?
Well, you're in luck. You have landed at Market Row, the busiest market in Port Town.
Does that help with the paint?
He 1 second here. There it is. He goes on to explain like he didn't hear you. Located on level 121, almost exactly in the center of Port Town, is a long, wide corridor, and he gestures to the large kind of opening behind him that runs from the outermost edges of the floating home platform to the central shaft. Almost 7 kilometers long and over 100 meters wide, this corridor was once used to fly remote-operated droids and small maintenance craft into the internal voids of the floating home. Wind baffle system. He pauses there. Once you guys don't say anything, he continues. It has not been used for this purpose for quite some time, and instead it plays host to an ever-shifting variety of market stalls, food carts, and illegally parked starships flying their wares.
So can you paint the ship or not? I mean, I don't want to interrupt.
He looks at you, and then looks back to the opening again. Now known as Market Row, the corridor and chambers
God.
associated with it are best placed in Port Town to buy or
God.
sell. Anything that can be found in Cloud City can be found in Market Row.
Should we just
Using
go? Should we just? Is he going to keep going?
The
While
interior terminus of Market Row is sealed by a massive hatch, barring access to the central void.
I just
There's a
start
similar
walking
hatch
away.
at the outermost furnace. Oh, food. Okay, yeah, you start walking. There is a kind of a catwalk leading to this open area, and it's as he described. It's a large, just kind of open shaft, rectangular kind of room, basically that goes all the way back into the center of Cloud City. It is busy as heck. There are ships flying in and out of the market area. Not large ships, but about ships the same size as yours. And traffic seems to be very dense, flying in and out. The footpath or street, if you want to call it, is just crowded with people and with shops and different carts and all kinds of items. Seems like you could get easily lost in this crowd.
I feel kind of bad, kind of like he doesn't get to finish his spiel very often.
Did you guys all walk away, or was it just Ra?
So far, this is
Okay.
me.
Okay, well, then he continues.
while the droid was talking,
Yeah.
She actually kind of leaned down towards Escher a little bit and says, "I've been watching Ramen for many weeks. I think this is what he calls a power play. Sometimes he asks the person to spell their name, and he still mispronounces it."
There's a similar hatch at the outermost terminus, but this hatch is normally left open by the Ugnaught work gang that is responsible for the area, except in the case of inclement weather.
It's also
Starship.
possible he just doesn't know how to spell very well.
Small starships can fly into Market Row corridor, however, it gets a little crowded, as you can see. Some of the
It does seem
notable
like his
merchant stalls.
education was deficient.
Some of the notable merchant stalls include Rolar, a Wookiee male selling guns and blasters. Hobie Ron's fine imported goods. Several human shops selling
Is there like a
trinkets
1.5
and
speed?
souvenirs. Tesley Odo of the Hatchery. She's a Rhodian filament selling exotic pets and food for animals. And
I'm gonna
Bothui
write that down.
Jewelers, owned by Bothan married couple Sidri and Henna, who operate out of a jump master. Very fine goods. He looks at you expectantly.
Cena's just been watching like all of the corridors around them and trying to get a feel for the place, like how much foot traffic is there? Is anyone like sketchy?
Yeah, it's got your head spinning because there are folks of all types here. Droids, different species, legitimate looking people, lots of sketchy looking people. The crowds are large. The only comfort that you get, Cena, is that you could probably get lost in this crowd pretty easily
Mm-hmm.
if you needed to.
Okay. Yeah, she's just watching and taking it all in while the droid talks.
As I was saying, Market Row is the perfect place to find all of your needs, including starship paint. Where did it go?
Where is the starship paint?
I believe the merchant stall run by Goobly Ga would have the items that you need. Somebody write that down because I don't feel like.
Oh, I got it. Googly God is.
Oh, Jesus.
Can I assist you with anything else today?
The comlink clicks over. Is that guy still talking? Are you guys coming?
You're looking
Staying
for
in the middle of
Googly God.
nowhere.
Hey, so you said that somebody paid for our docking fees and everything, yeah?
That is correct.
Did they like open the tab? Can we add the paint to that?
I'm not sure, but I'm willing to push the charges toward Mr. Shen.
No, we don't want to ruffle feathers. I don't. No, on second thought, we'll get back to you.
Very well then. Enjoy your stay on beautiful Cloud City.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He looks taken aback by the fact that you said thank you. He shuffles away over to the maintenance crew and seems to be directing them to, start the maintenance on the ship.
Okay.
I mean, I've
I
had
do-
worse welcomes to places.
I'm gonna do a quick scan with my mechanic scanner just to so I know the baseline of what I'm leaving the ship as, just to make sure.
It seems to be at half.
Welcome
It
back.
seems to be at about 1/4 fuel after that long trip. Other than that, everything seems to be in working order. And Ra even ran a diagnostics, just kind of a physical walk around, checking the systems before you guys left the ship. So
Nice.
you're pretty sure that it's in good mechanical order. Just needs to be refueled and a couple bolts and tightened here and there, just for maintenance purposes.
Yeah.
They're also reloading some of the consumables that you guys used throughout your journey.
I need some oil.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I should find an oil bath. I probably don't have enough money for an oil bath. We should find a Bacta tank, is what we should actually find.
And that aboard the ship.
All right.
I'm looking for anything shiny.
You see a stall run by a couple of humans, and they have many shiny things for sale that kind of catch your eye.
I'm kind of surprised Drama didn't ask the droid about places to game.
Oh, damn it!
True.
Damn it! Oh well, I'm gonna walk up to that shiny person.
Okay. Hello, good sir. Would you like to have a look at my wares?
I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. That's what Mr. Lawman always does, looking at my wares. What do you got here?
Well, let me show you. Let me look here. I have this very special wind
Sounds
chime. Yes, it's a wind chime
Wind
from
chime.
hold on, I need to find a random planet. From the planet Uba.
Wind chime from.
One of a kind, very rare, very delicate. As you start to reach out to it, he pulls it back.
Can I like hang it in a ship?
It would make quite the ornament for a ship.
Hmm.
Oh, here. This might catch your eye. A pair of gold-dipped Hintaro dice attached with a string.
What? How much are those? Why didn't you lead with those?
Well. These are very rare. This is pure gold. That would be about 2,000 credits.
2,000 credits? You crazy? I mean,
This is a very fine item, sir.
I'll be the judge of that. And I click over the comm link. H3, I need your eyes.
I need them too.
Well, yeah, no, I just need could you, and I start waving frantically. I need you over here. Can you see me? Can you see me through the crowd?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see him waving frantically.
Come this over here. I need. I'm just gonna wait here.
I will
Just let me
need
know when
them
you're
back.
here. No. Bring your eyes. Bring yourself. Need you to inspect these dice.
I come.
All right.
You said they're gold dipped?
Gold dipped Hintaro dice.
I mean, if someone's going to spend that amount of money, I mean, it's important to inspect it. This is my inspector droid. Do these look real?
I look at the. What are we looking at?
Gold
Hintaro
dipped
dice.
dice?
Roll your perception.
Oh, can I also do that?
Sure.
Hell yeah!
You
I
can
got a
hang them
booster.
from your rear view mirror.
Wait.
Difficulty?
Mm, 2 with the setback. Because the merchant is holding them.
They fake. They super fake.
Okay. So yeah, you guys both can see that that the dice that he's holding are just Hintaro dice, and they seem to be just painted with gold paint.
Hey, what are you doing here, fella? Those are just painted. Those aren't even gold.
How dare you, sir?
Mr.
These were
Lawman,
dipped in the finest gold.
I don't like your gold, sir. I'm very upset now.
Well, then I'll just save this for somebody who appreciates it.
Some
Do they win
moron.
more often?
Oh, you hang them up in the ship. It'd be.
These are decoration.
I don't get it.
You
Of
gotta
course,
be a pilot.
you can't use them for Hintaro. They've been dipped in gold.
Well, no, they've been dipped in paint. They just look like gold.
I don't understand.
Dare you, sir?
Well, how much for that wind chime?
Do you sell anything useful?
All of my items are useful. Roll your
That's not true.
yeah, roll your he's going to use his deception, which he's got a it's gonna be 2 reds and a purple. And against your what discipline, I think.
Is this for both of us or just Andy?
Both of you.
Is the due date tomorrow? Is the due date tomorrow? It's due tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus, Andy. You gotta triumph, though.
All right, so yeah, Andy, you believe him that he may have something valuable, and you see with the trap he does have something valuable. It's nothing that Ra was looking for, but it may be something that you were looking for.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And it is a mechanical repair arm.
oh yeah.
But it seems to be all dressed up to be like it looks like it's almost like a decoration piece. So the arm is kind of sitting on the table and it's kind of propped up and it's holding a gem that's obviously fake, and it's got like a boa wrapped around it.
Okay. I want that.
He looks over and he says, "Oh yes, the fine art piece from Corellia. A
Nope.
fine eye. I'm sorry.
The arm.
You
The stand.
mean this fine art piece that I acquired from Corellia.
You mean
No.
that you painted?
One of a kind.
Look,
That is useless to me.
how much to just take it off your hands? Because clearly, look, I could just take some sticks and do the same thing.
Roll your negotiation, Abe,
Oh no.
or coercion if you're
Oh.
trying to
Oh yeah,
to
coercion.
pose him as a
Oh, that's
fraud.
coordination. That's different. Oh my goodness.
You can use a coercion or your negotiation. I will allow.
Ooh.
And Andy, you can help. Or yeah, you can help him.
Yeah.
What do I add there? How many difficulty?
Just a boost.
So the difficulty is going to be
1.
it's going to be
Just
a
one.
1 red, 2 purple.
Okay. Can I spend one of our dice?
Sure.
Sure.
Andy wants an arm. Andy's.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
We got it.
All right.
I mean, we got that arm.
Remember what happened last time we got Andy an arm?
So, Abe, go ahead and roll a. Oh, you have the boost die in there. Okay, so
I did, yeah.
3 successes. So that means what's the base price of the arm again, Andy?
2,000.
Son of a
2,000.
bitch.
But You got 3 successes in your negotiation here. So let me go back to my thing here. What's the rarity on it?
Probably a 0. It's probably not rare at all. I mean, everyone's got one of these arms.
Stand by. 3.
3. Okay. It's a rarity 3 with a modifier for outer rim, which would be T2. You got 3 successes.
Just ignore
Okay.
that red thing there.
So okay, so here's what happens. He as you start to kind of loudly proclaim that all this stuff is junk, it's obviously that thing's painted, that thing's put together with tape.
That's not even a real gem. That's just a piece of glass.
Gem. That's just a dust ball that has a for sale sign on it. So you're saying all this rather loudly, and he goes, hey, shut up. Listen, fine, you can have the arm. And he says it's 2,000 credits, and you were able to say, nah, you've already kind of turned me off to this whole thing. I should just tell everybody else what's going on here. And he says, no, listen, I'll knock off 1,000 credits. 1,000 credits for the arm.
Deal! And I put my hand out and grab the arm.
He says, but you got to take that thing with it. And he points to the gem that the arm is holding.
Is it glued? Is it glued on?
It seems to be put on with a rather serious adhesive.
Fine. I hand him 1,000 credits. At least I didn't gamble it.
I have 1,000.
No. You've done enough.
He goes, get out of here before anybody hears you.
Thank you.
We'll just take this plastic and this gem and this thing. All right. Well, good talking to you, sir. What was your name?
I'm not telling you. Get out of here.
Hey, have you met a Goombay Lee guy?
Googly goo.
Googly goo?
Yeah, he's got away somewhere.
Oh, sweet. Well, thanks, Mr. Mrs. I have a great day. And I hand the arm to H3.
All right. H3,
Googly
you get
guy,
one
we gotta
spare
go.
arm. H3,
Yep.
before you can modify this arm, you will have to remove the gem from it. And any attempts to remove the gem will be upgraded by 1 difficulty.
Sure.
In your mechanics check.
Or, what if you just keep the gem on there? You have an arm that always holds a gem.
All your gem holding needs.
All your gem holding needs. And I know you guys can't tell because I'm that good, but that whole interaction was completely off the cuff.
That was good.
You're that good.
God, I'm terrible at this. All right.
I mean, I felt like you planned Googly Ga, but the rest
Googly
of it...
Ga was planned from the very beginning. He has deep story seeds.
I believe it.
All right.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right.
The
What do you
origin
guys?
of the whole campaign.
He's the main big bad guy.
You guys up to next?
Googly Ga.
Did you want to look at the pet store?
Sure. I don't really understand what we're doing here.
We were supposed to speak to someone on behalf of our patron.
Right.
Oh, we should probably find that garden.
Did that happen?
Escher, as you're talking to H3 about this, you can see out of the corner of your eye there is a stall run by a Rhodian woman, and she has several different animals that are in cages lining her shop, as well as a handful of different animal-related foods and snacks. And all of the animals are making different kinds of rackets and sounds.
So as H3 goes on, it's apparent that Asher is no longer paying attention.
You're staring at.
Oh, yeah. I might go over there and check out that stall.
That's literally what I just suggested.
Yeah, I was trying to be responsible.
H3 just stares at Escher for a second.
I don't know. Like the thing to do.
So as you approach the stall, Escher, the Rhodian woman looks at you and goes, "Ah, yes, approach. Come, see all of the exotic creatures that I have to offer."
I go there too.
Yeah. I'll produce all the exotic creatures.
She says, "My name is Tesli Odo. I have gone around all of this great galaxy to acquire such creatures. Please, take a look." And she beckons you forward. As you look around, go ahead and roll your xenology difficulty 2.
Yeah.
See if you can identify these animals.
Sure.
Noise. So she, yeah. So the first one you look at, you don't really recognize, but you can tell it's quite rare. It seems to be a chicken. It looks like a chicken. This world's chicken, but it's glowing bright gold, and just letting off just this kind of a emanating light. You've never heard of it before, but
I will ask her about it.
okay. She says, "Oh yes, quite a good eye. That one is very rare. It's called a suncock from the very core of the galaxy."
Good old suncock.
What does it eat?
Mostly grains. It also acts as a light source, as you can see. The suncock lets out a loud crow as it just kind of shines for a second with almost like a blinding light. Great care need to be taken with these, or else you could be blinded.
Ooh, that is off-putting, concerning, and totally not a feature. I'd like to take a look and see what else she has.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me another xenology, difficulty 2. Okay. You're able to, as you look around, and with the Triumph, you're able to identify most of the other species. She has, and actually, I'm going to throw them in the old Discord chat with their links to Wikipedia, so that you can see what they look like.
Nice.
Just want to paste the text. Why won't you let me do that? Oh my gosh, is it really not going to let me do that? Keep text only. There we go.
Babe, Escher found a suncock.
You did find something.
You found a suncock?
I did.
Fill this
The
ship
very
up with
first.
random ass animals.
Shitting everywhere.
Why it's not working, but put it in here. It wants to take an image every time I put it in, so I will. She has an ACK dog, AKK, ACK dog, a
Okay.
a small spider, and this one really piques your interest because you know that it is a very rare species of spider that is only found on Dathomir, and it's notoriously hard to domesticate. But she has found one as a youngling, and it's called a baneback spider. There's a young Kadu calf. The Kadu are the things that the Gungans rode in episode 1.
Yeah, that would fit in the ship.
I mean, it would.
That one show up.
There's a Sibian hound, better known as a Corellian hound. A dwarf Nuna, which is just a little chicken-looking thing. A rib cat, which looks like a regular cat, only with 6 legs. A roba, which just looks like a hairy pig. And then finally the suncock, which you pointed out earlier. So,
how much for the Bane spider?
the baneback spider, very rare beast. You do have a good eye. Let's see here.
I've only
go.
seen one before, and it was sickly.
Yes, and when they grow to be adults, they are very dangerous. Spit acid, you know.
That would make containment difficulty.
I could let it go for 30,000 credits.
Good to know.
They say that the
That
brothers of
seems
Dathomir used to try to train these and were often killed.
Good to know.
You can see that the little tiny spider it looks about palm size. It's been dripping acid from its mouth as you've been looking at it, and it seems to be burning a hole in the cage of that it's currently encaged in.
I think you might learn. You might lose 30,000 credits, in like 20
She says,
minutes.
"Oh, I change the cage every day."
Probably smart. All right. Well, I'm gonna take a look at some of the other exotic pet shops, and I might be back.
I'm the only one in town, but you do what you like. As you guys are standing there, Cena, since you have your head on a swivel the whole time, you notice that there is a woman standing next to you within earshot of you guys, and she has blue skin and kind of a painted face. And as she's standing next to you, she says in a whisper,
Hey, how you doing?
"Hey." And she appears. She makes me look.
I'm here. My headset restarted.
That's
I
okay.
had to restart my headset.
That's okay.
He was talking to you the whole time.
I know. I
Okay.
could hear him through your speakers. I just
That's
couldn't hear
okay.
him through my headset. My headset's still not working.
So a slim woman with blue skin and a black hat and black clothing is standing at the stall next to you. She appears to be looking at the goods and has not looked up to make eye contact with you, but she whispers to you that you can, in a way that you can hear. She says, "Good, you're on time. See those gentlemen in the black coats and goggles?" And she points, or she kind of indicates her head over her shoulder. Turning around, you see a group of gentlemen with black trench coats, humans, and a Latrillian, which is kind of like almost looks like a walrus guy.
Cuckoo.
They're kind of shuffling through the crowd, kind of looking over the heads of the other people, trying to keep an eye on the woman that is talking to you. She says, "We can't have them overhearing. Find me at the droid access hatch in 10 minutes. Ta!" And she turns around and starts walking away from you guys in the stall. She makes it look as though she failed to find what she was looking for. As she walks away, you can see that muscling through the crowd is the group of people that she mentioned before as they're trying to keep pace with her as she walks through the crowd. You all hear that, by the way.
Oh,
Not just, yeah.
that was the droid access hatch. Is that what you said?
Yes, she said, find me at the droid access hatch in 10 minutes.
Yeah, Tina looks around to make sure everyone heard that. H3, can you pull up schematics or something? Let us know where we're going.
I would probably have to slice into. I maybe. It's risky.
What's you know?
Let me ask a droid. I will approach the protocol droid who greeted us.
Oh
Okay.
no, not this guy.
He is back. He is back at the landing pad, so you have to actually backtrack to get to him. Is
Okay.
that what you'd like to do?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave the group for a minute.
Okay. The rest of the group, you can see that the woman is starting to walk farther away, disappear from sight. You can see that the men following her are keeping pace with her.
Can I just look around?
Sure.
I don't even know what a droid access hatch would be, but I'm gonna look for it.
So these guys are following her?
Yes.
So she's trying to not let them overhear her.
One second here.
Are they
Okay.
like trying to be subtle about it, or are they just blatantly following her?
They're pretty. I mean, they're pretty noticeably following her. They're pushing past the crowd to keep in her wake, trying to stay within sight and being able to hear her. But yeah, it's pretty obvious that they're following her.
Okay.
Abe, sorry, what were you saying?
I just wanted to look around. I don't think Rama would think too much of it. He would just be like, "Oh yeah, that access hatch," and then try to find it.
So yeah, you don't see any access hatches here, but just common sense says that if she asked you to meet her at the access hatch, that's probably where she's headed right now.
I mean, it's probably that direction, right? Shrug.
Yeah. H3, you're going back to the 3PO droid?
Yeah, unless he's told differently. He was asked to get schematics.
Okay. So H3 turns and starts walking back toward the ship's platform, which is kind of on the outside edge of the market row.
Yep.
So you leave and you are able to get back to the ship, and the CT-40, he comes up to you and says, "Ah, yes, you're back. How else can I help you?"
The captain of my ship would find it useful to have a map or schematic of this floor. Would that be something I could upload from your I don't know, processing unit?
Ah, yes. You would like a schematic of Port Row. That is easily available, though the intricacies are not listed. Here you are. And he puts out a little data spike from his finger. Where should I insert?
Well, that's.
Yeah, he opens up an access panel on his
Okay.
That's usually not till after like the second or third page.
So yeah, he uploads a general readout of Cloud City, but it's very general. It doesn't list specific items such as where shops or anything. It's just a basic layout, very close to the map that I shared with you guys.
Okay.
not individual access ports. I
No.
would like to do something with
Okay.
these gentlemen in black who are approaching us.
Yes.
Shoot
Can
him.
I make? Oh man, I would like to make a skullduggery check.
All right. Before you do that, I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
okay.
What kind of initiative? Super
This is
important.
going to be a. This is going to be a cool initiative for you guys.
You son of a bitch. I mean, good, cool.
Oops. Here we go. That's Usher.
Initiative.
Or
Cool.
H3. Did have
Cool.
Why doesn't Cena have any cool?
You're not in school.
He is cool.
Force check.
She's pretty cool with that roll.
Yeah, it's not cool.
That is peak coolness of Cena.
Yeah.
Do
That's pretty
we
good.
want that extra point?
I think
It's going to cost us a force die.
I think you're all right. I mean,
There's a lot of rolls though.
What's up?
I spend a force point. I'm now at 3. A 3.3. 3 points on 3.03.
Okay. So the thugs get to one of the thugs get to go first. He just kind of starts moving toward the woman through the crowd. You can see him starting to push through. You guys have an initiative slot next. Escher, would you like to take the first initiative slot? Okay.
Yes, I would. I would like to make a skullduggery check. So as he passes this stall, he knocks over a cage, preferably something. It doesn't have to be dangerous, but like that would be distracting.
I like it. I like it.
Or disruptive.
Okay. So let's roll a skullduggery check. Yep. And then let's make it a difficulty 2. Okay.
I
Nice.
might get caught up in this as well.
So yeah, you knock over one of the cages that that is in the stall. It opens as you knock it over, and the Corellian hound leaps out. And as he leaps out, he kind of jumps on you, Escher, and knocks you to the ground. And starts repeatedly licking your face. All right. Next person. Let's see here. Next actor. I still haven't figured this out yet. Okay. One of the thugs, a Latrillin, looks over at the commotion and sees you struggling with the hound, and that is his turn. Another one of the thugs looks over and is also distracted by you and the hound, and now is one of your turns again. Who's going?
I'll go last.
Okay.
I'm just coming back from the dude.
Your age isn't crazy.
Shit. All right. I want to get. So, is it us, thugs, them, the girl we're supposed to follow?
Yeah. So right now, there's one thug that's kind of pushing ahead, and is getting closer to the woman. Two of the thugs have kind of stopped to see what the commotion is with Escher. And the other two are kind of bringing up the rear. They haven't gone yet. So.
Oh, balls. Is there anyone around me? I mean, like, is there a lady around me?
There are people all over the place, yeah.
All right.
Just kind of walking here and there.
I'm gonna try to get as far as I can in a move. And then
Where are you headed?
I'm heading to the lady.
Okay.
I want to try to get closer to these thugs. I'm assuming these thugs.
Yep.
And as I get closer to one, I'm gonna kind of duck behind a woman, and in my best womany voice, I'm gonna go, "He stole my purse!" And I'm gonna point at one of the thugs.
Okay. I like it. Roll a deception.
Oh, hey.
And let's make it a difficulty. Let me get a difficulty 3. And give yourself a setback because it's very noisy.
Oh, good. My convincing demeanor removes that setback.
Noise.
Boom!
Nice.
Okay. So, shit. I was trying to look at that skill and I got distracted. You wanted me to do a what?
Deception.
Deception. Okay. Okay. Difficulty 3.
Show these guys now. Yes.
Yeah. I don't have any other benefits. I removed the setback.
Okay. So that doesn't work. You try to make a very female voice, but it ends up just being a crackly male voice.
Super
but,
manly.
You got 3 advantages, so something else could happen. Tell me what it is.
So, could I have one of the thugs still kind of look back, a little confused, and then like bump into someone else?
Sure, I like that.
Who might be bigger than them?
So yeah, this thug. Boop. This is Thug 4.
Hey, Thug 4, how you doing?
Thug 4, hearing the strange voice. What does it sound like, Abe?
He stole my purse.
looks back at you, Ra, who have your hands like cupped over your mouth, saying this, and he looks at you and just kind of stumbles into the person in front of him, who turns around and goes, "Hey!" and just kind of pushes him back and off his feet a little bit. When he looks at you, Abe, what do you do?
Balls. Yeah, Ramen's gonna be like, the nerve.
He sees you say that, looking right at him. The nerve. All right, Cena, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so the one that bumped into the passerby, did he get knocked onto the ground?
No, but he's kind of stumbling. He's off balance.
Okay. Is there a thug that's close to him?
Yes, there's one thug that's kind of coming up. He's pushing his way behind this thug.
Okay.
So he's approaching the other thug that's off balance.
Cena's gonna try to like rush over there and kind of like put herself in the middle of all of that and kind of put her hand up to stop the one that's coming up behind and say to the passerby, "These guys giving you trouble?"
Okay. Roll your coercion.
Ooh, I like it.
And let's say
You should get some coercion. I think Cena will be very coercive.
let's see here. What do these guys have?
Nothing. They're morons.
How do I bring up their thing?
It's time to shoot him.
I thought you just double click on their thing to bring them up.
If they're on a map, you can.
Oh, wow, shit. I got it. Roll your coercion against a...
You got this.
One is willpower 2 difficulty.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Not so easy peasy.
Nope.
Okay.
These guys are good.
These guys are good.
All right, so you put. What did you do again, Cena? You put your hand on one of the thugs, the one that's coming up.
One that was catching up. To
Okay.
them. She like put her hand on like chest, shoulder area.
Yep.
And then turned back to the passerby and said, "You know, are these guys giving you trouble?"
All right. So you put your hand on the guy, and he just kind of, and you kind of have your head turned to talk to the guy that the other thug ran into, and the thug that you have the hand on just kind of gives you a shove. And I want you to roll your. I'm sorry, your brawn is 5.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Kill him.
All right.
Wow.
But he's going to get a boost die because you're a little bit distracted. So. Let's see. I really just want to bring up this guy's character sheet. Ah, there it is. Got it. Actually, I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus.
Wow. Remind me not to like get into a fight with Cena.
Okay, so he doesn't actually move you at all, but he's able to do kind of like the football where he kind of puts his arms to the side and kind of just brushes you aside and goes, "Get out of my way!" And he keeps moving toward the girl.
Okay.
Kind of brushes
I know
you aside.
I'd better that fight.
All right, what's she doing here?
She should run.
Let's see what we got. He's got what?
Wait, so she's a human with blue skin, kind of like Asher,
much like
human
Escher,
with blue skin.
Like Escher.
Whoa.
Interesting. Does he have a black hat?
Does Escher have a black hat? I'll let Escher answer that.
I don't know. Have you made him a black hat yet?
Oh.
I have not.
No, he doesn't. Does she have glowing red eyes?
She did not have glowing red eyes that you could
Oh.
see, and she also had markings on her face.
Does Asher have glowing red eyes?
He does. He most certainly do.
I do remember we were supposed to meet a Pantoran, right? That was brought up, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
So
it does.
Oh no.
She
no.
kind of seems to be trying to duck and weave through the crowd, but she comes to a particularly dense part of the crowd, and she kind of has to stop moving in order to try to get through. And you can see that the thug that's behind her is gaining on her. H3. The droid is kind of just blinking at you. Transfer complete.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
You too. H3 starts sauntering back to where he left his friend.
Okay.
I've been away from my friends for 5 minutes. They're probably in trouble.
I'll say in one turn you could catch up to kind of behind the last thug, and you see that he kind of just pushes past Cena, kind of irritatedly, just kind of pushes past Cena and keeps walking toward the woman that you saw go by. All right.
H3 in Cena's voice says, "If he fucks with you, I'll kill him." Clearly a recording.
That's funny.
All
right.
Hey, Dane.
Yes.
I spent a force point to bump myself up to 3.03.
To 3.03?
Yeah, so I'm now. Well.
Oh, okay.
My slot was 2.03, but I had to spend
Now
a light side point to counteract the dark side point that I fucking rolled.
Oh, yes. And you took strain? I think you took strain from that.
I totally did that. How much strain do I have to take?
So you should have 3.03. Hold on a second. Let me do this before I forget.
What have you done?
I don't know. I keep messing it up.
What have you done?
3.0. Why?
That's not.
Why is it? Why?
That's not.
All right, I'm just gonna make it a 3. 3 makes sense. It should be above the other guy though. So
Yeah,
it should
I
be
feel like if you made
3.4.
it like a 4, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that'll
there
work.
you
Okay.
go. How much strain do I have to take for that?
I think it's 2 strain.
Okay.
Every time you. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
So. Yeah, Abe, you are able to be more aware of the situation, but you're kind of impatient about acting. You feel an impatience nagging at you.
That sounds about right.
All right, who's going first this round? You guys have the first initiative slot.
I'll go first.
You're yellow? Yeah, there we go.
No one else was jumping on it.
Okay.
So H3 would like to oh no, never mind. I'm not going first. It's not an H3 idea. It would be something you did.
Okay. Who's
So
going first?
I have an idea, unless Ramen wants to go because he's all impatient and shit.
Ramen's just gonna end up running in there, so you should probably go first.
All right. Esther, you got a doge on you.
I do. Since this doge is like super friendly, seems to like me a bit. I would like to use I think we were
Survival.
it my survival.
Yeah,
survival. To sick it on one of the guys.
Okay. Roll your. Okay, so this is going to be a hard difficulty.
Okay.
I'm going to upgrade it once because this animal has not been domesticated by you. But I'm going to give you a boost die because it likes you.
Okay. So that's one
So it should
challenge
be
die, or
1 challenge die, yep, and then 2 purple.
Okay. I'm gonna use a force die too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Smoke speak on him.
Noise.
Oh yeah.
All right, so yeah, how's that look?
Escher is going to take a just a kind of general common animal treat that he always carries with him and slip it into the pocket, a bit of bacon or whatever. Slip it into the pocket of one of the guys, wave it in front of the Corellian hound's face first and then just like throw it in his pocket so that the hound tackles him searching for the treat.
I love it. All right. So give me 1 second to kind of arrange these guys. RS is here. I'm gonna do this in the party sheet under the order. I'm gonna arrange where all these guys are. You guys are able to see that.
All right. I can dig it.
So that this guy is behind him, and then this guy. And this guy. Okay, so let me see here. We have these two. Are you guys able to see this, by the way?
Yep.
Okay. That's Cena is there. H3 is somewhere back here. Ra is here. Escher is here. This guy's kind of further ahead. Okay, so the 2 guys that are in front of Ra there, those are the guys that were distracted by the cage falling down the first time. So they were still staring at the dog kind of licking your face last turn. The guy that is and directly in front of Cena is the guy that Ramen distracted and was off balance, ran into the person in front of them. The guy that he should be beside Cena, that's the guy that Cena tried to stop and is currently trying to move past her. So which guy are you putting the treat on?
No, so I can't see this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. Can I share it with you? Go to the little people at the top right corner, the party sheet, and then on the right hand side, there's an order tab. There you go.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm describing all this stuff.
I was gonna
Of course, that's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was clicking open that. Let's Tabarith Thug
4.
number
Okay.
4 seems like the likeliest target.
Sounds good. So yeah, you slip the treat into his pocket as he's kind of recovering and trying to walk by, and the dog just leaps on the guy and knocks him over and starts just searching through his pocket. And the guy is screaming bloody murder because he's terrified. With your 3 advantages, what else would you like to happen?
I would like to give those advantages to Aris Shen if she tries
Sure.
to make another
Getaway.
stealth roll.
Cool. I like it. All right. So next we have Thug 2. He's starting to catch up with Aris. You guys can kind of see that he is right behind her. She is kind of pushed past the little bottleneck, but he's getting close. Baxter. The Latrillin, after looking at the cage and the dog, his attention is now turned to the dog who seems to be assaulting one of his thugs. He turns to the other thug.
While the shopkeeper screams bloody murder.
Yeah. She says, "No, he's gonna get away." The Latrillin points to the other thug that's next to him. That was also distracted by the cage, and he goes, "Help him!" And then he turns and takes 1 movement toward Aris instead of 2. Okay. 3. Thug 3 goes over and tries to wrestle the Corellian Hound off of his buddy, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, okay. So he is able to pull the dog off of his friend, who is still rolling on the ground, going. But while he's pulling the dog off, he is mightily struggling with the Corellian Hound as it wiggles around, its tongue flailing, trying to find its way back to the other thug. All right. And it is back to one of your turns. Who would like to go next? I figured out the initiative finally.
Take it, Rachel, before Abe does something dumb.
Yeah, because I'm looking up dumb things right now.
I'm looking up dumb things right now.
So there's still 2 pursuing her.
There are still 2 pursuing her that are closer than the other 2 or 3. There are 2.
She can pull that on her own. Like, she didn't say save me. She said meet me in 10 minutes.
Yep. And that they couldn't be overheard, or that you couldn't be overheard.
Right. She is gonna make eye contact with Ramen.
Okay.
And say, low profile, and then kind of like melts back into the crowd, back towards Escher,
Okay.
and kind of like nod to Escher to kind of just like, hey, let's go, let's get out of here.
Roll your
Coercion?
roll your stealth. Is there a stealth skill? I don't remember.
There should be.
There is.
Stealth skill, yes. Roll your stealth.
Yeah.
It's going to be a simple difficulty, and I'll even give you a boost.
Oh, it's agility? Hell yeah. I'm going to stealth it up next turn.
1 purple and boost.
Yeah.
Simple as no purples.
Yeah, simple as no purple. So
How do I?
Click it.
Just click it. Click it. Did you click
There
it?
you go.
Click it. There you go. Damn.
Cool. Yep. So you easily slip back into the crowd, and the thugs don't even seem to give you a second notice, even the thug that you tried to stop. With those advantages, would you like to do anything else? So you've successfully stealth and are headed back toward Escher, but I will give you an option to do something else while you're doing that.
Can I since I'm trying to like kind of like take Escher with me, can I give Escher a boost on stealth, like stealthing alongside me?
Yeah. So you kind of make a gesture with your hand to, keep your head down and indicate him to follow you. So yeah, Escher, if you make a stealth roll, you can have a boost. All right. So that was Cena. Oh, I messed that up. Yeah, I did. This should be Cena.
You're doing it.
Sorry.
You're doing it, Peter.
Yeah. Cena. There we go. All right. Next actor, 4. No, that's not what oh my god. Okay, anyways. Who's going next? That's the guy on the ground. Okay. He's still rolling around, and he gets up on his feet and tries to kind of look over the guy that's struggling with the Corellian hound to see if he can still see his the girl. But the dog is making such a commotion that he can't make any forward progress.
Hmm.
All right. So, sorry, I'm trying to get this. Next actor. Escher. Next actor. Next actor. Cena. Next actor. Next actor. All right. Who's going next? Ra?
Yeah, I have a question though.
Okay.
The multiple drugs that I have in my inventory,
Yeah.
are they? Do you have to drink them? Do you have to stab them? The one
what
is a
drug-
huffing paint.
What drugs you
like-
got? So the huffing paint is literally just a spray paint can.
Yep, so that's the booster blue.
Yeah, that's the booster blue.
And
What
then
else?
I have impact.
Impact is, I believe, might be an injector.
It says this spice is extracted from popular among strugglers. It does have side effects, but it doesn't say how you eat it.
So it's a spice. Okay. What else do you have? Do you have anything else?
And a glimmer stem.
You have a glimmer stem.
I have two of those.
I would say the impact could probably be an injection if you want.
Sweet.
It to be. But you're gonna have to spend a light point if you want it to be injection.
I totally do,
Okay.
and I
Worth it.
want to. Well, I mean, you say that now.
I already know.
I want to inject the guard that's beside me, or whatever this guy is, this thug.
Is
I
that
wanna
thug 3?
Yes, and then
Okay.
I want to stealthily, like, dissipate into the crowd, and I'll take 2 strain to do it.
Okay, so you can roll me your stealth. Again, it's going to be a simple check.
All right.
Give yourself a boost. This is for both injecting and disappearing.
All right.
This
Do
guy
anything
is-
else?
This guy is. It's going to be a 2 difficulty
Okay. All right.
because this guy's going to be paying attention. But you know what? Give yourself another boost.
Yeah. Another boost. You get a boost.
Because he's still struggling with the dog.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, you easily shove this thing into his neck. What does impact do?
So it's gonna give it upgrades his abilities, his ability checks, agility checks for 1 turn, but then afterwards he gets a setback to all agility, cunning, and intellectual checks until the end of the session.
Cool. I love it. All right, and with your two advantages, what would you like to happen?
Perform a free maneuver. Asher hasn't gone yet, right?
He has.
I think I have. I think
Who's
you're last.
who's the
H3
H3
is
hasn't
last.
gone?
H3.
I'm gonna give H3 a boost. Because I'm imagining when this guy just gets shot in the butt, he screams like a girl, and
Okay.
it's very distracting. And H3 can do something. He gets a bonus.
Yep. All right. Thug 1. Now that you have kind of moved off, he is going to kind of push past his 2 buddies and get up closer to the Latrillin. Aris Shen is going to try to disappear again.
She's got a boost from
She's
Escher.
got a
Oh, I
boost
should have
from
given it to
Escher.
her. I'm getting a double boost
So her stealth.
by impact.
Don't fuck it up, Eris.
Okay. Has perception. Does he have perception? Yeah. So
That's what that guy has.
okay. Here goes. Roll it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you guys see that the girl is there 1 second, moving toward a certain direction. The next second, she is gone, and unfortunately, you guys have also lost track of her.
That's right. We know where she's going.
And I have.
All right, H3.
H3 starts to walk into the crowd,
Okay.
just away from the thugs.
Okay. Let's say you can move about that far in between, and oh, cool. Yeah, you can make a movement in your order.
Look at that.
Okay. The thugs kind of stop where they are and are kind of looking around. You can see that the thug that's struggling with the hound does this really cool maneuver where he just kind of wiggles out of its arms and does this like sweet forward roll. And then he stands up and is just kind of like, looks super dizzy. The dog barks loudly and jumps back at the guy on the ground, who scrambles to his feet and starts to run the opposite direction away from the dog, screaming as he goes. The rest of the thugs kind of stand there looking around desperately to try to find the girl, but they can't seem to find her. Combat ends.
Man, we did so good. I didn't kill anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Just stabbed someone with some random drugs.
That's right.
Into the comlink, H3 will say, Sina, I have this schematic.
Sina, is there on the comm link? Can she talk to everyone at the same time?
Yeah. Yep. She can get everybody.
All right. She'll say, all right, H3, tell us where to go. We'll all meet up. 5 minutes. Low profile.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able to find nearby droid hatches or droid access points Abe or anybody who has Streetwise may roll me a Streetwise with a boost to difficulty. Okay.
I put points in that. We'll see if it makes a difference.
You can do it. It did.
Nice. So,
Huzzah!
Ra and Escher, you both kind of get an indication from her trajectory of where she was going, along with H3's indication of where the nearby droid hatches are, which droid access point she might be heading to. And you kind of direct the party that way. Cena, you're not as able to triangulate, but as you're moving quietly, Ra, who is kind of gesticulating loudly, you kind of put a hand on his head and kind of lower him down a little bit as you guys move toward the droid hatch. So you guys arrive at the droid maintenance hatch. And you find the woman there waiting for you. She says, "Boy, that was close. Thanks for your help back there."
Yeah, did you see me stab that guy in the butt with that drug? That was great.
She just kind of chuckles. The ironic thing is that those boys were sent to protect me. She makes kind of air quotes with her fingers. I know what they're really up to, though. Trying to keep an eye on everything I'm doing.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Eris Shen.
Thanks for the gas.
That was actually my father's doing. He's the
Oh.
one that contacted the Baron asking for a rendezvous. He tasked me with finding you here. However, I didn't want to talk about his request in front of Vorse's men.
So he did not hire your protectors?
No, that would be my husband. Vorse Terabith. He's Tabarith. He's kind of a well-known person, shall I say, on Cloud City. He doesn't like me to go too many places by myself. Wants to keep tabs on me.
Why?
Well, he's not as sharp as he used to be, but he suspects me. And I can't blame him. I can't stand him. Anyways, I've been tasked by my father to be your guide to Cloud City. He wishes to speak with you in private. I'll take you to him if you are ready.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we supposed to do here?
Good. Then, right this way. She
Over
opens
here.
the droid maintenance hatch and beckons you guys to follow her.
Oh, you mean like right now? I mean, okay. She meant like right now. I wasn't paying attention.
She said her husband's name was Vors.
Her husband's name is Vorse. Yep, Vorse Tabarith.
Make like a underworld check or something like that to see if I recognize the name? Or
Sure.
Outer Rim?
Yeah, make a outer rim check. It's going to be a hard check.
3 difficulty die?
Yeah.
I think my outer world sucks.
Cool.
Yeah, it does. I'm not even gonna try. Damn.
Okay. You know that
Nice.
Vorse Tabarith Escher, you know that he is a mob boss in the Bespin system. You don't know much more about him than that, but you do know that he is a pretty powerful mob boss. H3, you don't know anything about this Vorse character, but you did notice a lot about Eris when she was talking. You could sense her contempt when she talks about Vorse, as well as you notice that she is of a similar look and aesthetic to Escher, but something is off. She does not have red eyes where Escher does. These are things that you've just observed as she was speaking to the party.
Okay.
Let me see here. Okay, and that's where I'm going to end it tonight. I'm going to give you guys some XP for that encounter.
1,000? 1,000
So
XP?
I will give you I'll give you each 5 XP.
Alright.
Abe and Escher, Abe and Seth, I will give you an extra 5 XP for your
hells yeah!
distraction attempts.
Sweet.
Successful distraction attempts.
Why can I not change it? Oh shit! 282, 292. There we go.
Guys, we were sneaky. We
Yeah,
didn't go in guns blazing.
Sneaky.
I made an entire session and didn't take critical damage, so
One, you just deducted them.
pretty good. Pretty good. May add.
It is good. Thanks